The Typeform and Google Analytics integration lets you track when a question has been passed or when a Typeform has been submitted. So let's see how to set up the integration. The first thing we'll grab is our tracking ID from Google Analytics. In my Analytics account, I'll go to my admin settings and click Data Streams. Then I'll select the data stream that I want to set up the tracking on. I only have one here, but you might have multiple, so make sure that you select the correct data stream. On the right, you'll see your measurement ID. This is the ID that you'll need to enter in your Typeforms Connect panel. I'll copy this ID. Now back in Typeform, here is the form that I want to track. I'll go to the Connect panel and search for Google Analytics. When I hit Connect, I can start the integration. Here's where I'll need to paste the measurement ID that I copied earlier in Google Analytics. I'll hit Save, and that's set. So responses that I receive to this Typeform will send tracking events to Google Analytics. Let's see what that looks like. After gathering a couple of test responses, I'll head on over to Analytics. To see the responses, I'll go to Reports, Engagement, and Events. Here you can see, well, nothing yet. Google Analytics has a bit of a delay, so you'll have to wait about 24 hours to be able to see responses that you've collected in this view. But there is a way to check that your integration is set up properly and sending information to Google Analytics. Go to the real-time view, then open your Typeform and submit a test response. If it's connected properly, you'll instantly see the default events for TypeformQuestionPassed and TypeformSubmit here. That's how you'll know that the integration is working. 24 hours later, this will be reflected in the Events view. I'll go back to Events, and voila! Here I can see my Typeform data. Now I can see the two default events, TypeformQuestionPassed and TypeformSubmit. Click on any of these to drill down a bit further into the data. Let's try first with TypeformQuestionPassed. If you scroll down, you can see the event category, which is the Typeform ID. These are the characters that appear at the end of your Typeform URL, which you can also find in your Typeforms Share panel. If you have more than one Typeform actively collecting submissions, you'll be able to see them all here. Below is the event label, which are the individual questions in my Typeform. Now let's scroll back up and select TypeformSubmit from the drop-down. Scrolling back down, I can again see the Typeform ID as the event category. But here, the event label is the name of the Typeform. Now let's say that I have more than one Typeform connected to Google Analytics, but I want to filter the results for only one. Let's go back to the main event view, and I'll click here to add a filter. On the right, I'll be able to build my filter. For the dimension, I'll select Event Category. Then under Match Type, I'll choose Exactly Matches, and then under Value, I'll see my Typeform ID here in the drop-down. I'll select the one that I want so that I can filter the data for that specific Typeform. Then I'll click Apply. Now I'll only see the results for that Typeform. To remove the filter, just click here. You can also see where people are accessing your Typeform from by clicking on Landing Page. In the table below, you'll see the Typeform ID here as the landing page. To see the page source, click the plus sign and under Source, add Session Source to see where they've accessed the Typeform from. Finally, if you want to add a custom dimension, you can do that by going to Admin and clicking Custom Definitions. Then just click Create Custom Dimension to define what it'll be. Once it's set up, you'll be able to see this in the same place as the others, in Events. For more help and troubleshooting tips with the Typeform and Google Analytics integration, check out the FAQ article in our Help Center. Stay on track. with Typeform.